Hi folks, and welcome back to the plot. It is a gorgeous Sunday. We've actually got a bit of sun. It's like the first time I felt the sun on my face in like a week. Main job for today, tidying up the greenhouses. I'm feeling so good. It's just so nice to be out one of those days. And as I arrived, there was a nice little surprise because at the allotment gate, I was greeted by my parents, who I've immediately put to work planting some spring bulbs, which is a basically job I wasn't really looking forward to. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, yeah, I can get you on the spring bulbs. Let's go and have a little look at the greenhouses. Now it's pretty simple. It's just everything's got to go time, really. The peppers have been hanging on by a thread since the weather turned cold. There's still some harvests in here that I'm going to take today. How's the garlic doing down here? It's not looking great, is it? We've got one shoot, I think I've seen. Just one little shoot here. The rest hasn't gone. It is just supermarket garlic, so maybe it's, well, I don't know. We'll see. But a lot of these pods aren't ripe, unfortunately. So a lot of them will be going in the composter. But there's some up here. Oh, look at that sun. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Oh, the other day I was running around looking for the quadros so I could measure them for Jessie because she was looking at getting some. And they're there. That's good. I haven't lost them. Do you know what I have lost? And I've been looking around for ages. A little trug that I use for the shears and cutting everything up for the hot composter. I feel like maybe I've taken it home. I don't know. But anyway, that first greenhouse, pretty fine. This is the big job. Wow, look at this. Look at all the leaves on the floor. Looking really quite sad in here. I'm not sure quite why this plant in particular, this is the brain strain, has dropped all its leaves. The rest are looking, done, capital letters done, but they haven't dropped their leaves in such dramatic fashion. I'm not sure what was going on with this one. Maybe it's just a chinense that doesn't like the cold. Generally, some good harvest. The odd one on here that's looking a bit poorly, but I think that's insect damage. Generally, looking good and some good harvest. Look at this one as well. The Sugar Rush. Still got a good few pods on there, a few unripe ones, but most of those have ripened quite nicely. Oh, that's a thirsty plant. I've basically just been neglecting these the last few weeks. A bit of drought stress is really good to encourage them to ripen as well, and that piri-piri, definitely going to have some crops. I wasn't being rude, not talking to my parents, by the way. They're just a bit camera shy, so I like to give them a little bit of space when I got the camera out. It's nice to catch up with them. And my dad immediately, as soon as he saw all the leaves, he just immediately picks up the rake. He's got that dad instinct, got to rake up the leaves. But the leaves are going to be really good. Probably going to put some in the hotbed as well, because when you mix that in with the manure, it's a really good heat source. My parents actually only came along to drop off some cardboard, but I said, oh, I've got a job for you. You want it? Managed to convince them to do the spring bulbs, which I'm hoping will be really nice. There's a selection of kind of snake's head fritillary, some daffodils, tulips, and I don't know, a few others that may or may not come up. I think it's quite late to put them in, but we'll see what happens, won't we? So I've got a little system set up. We've got our harvest bag. This is where all the greens are going to go. This is the replacement for the trug that I can't find. So chop them all up in there, then into the hot composter. And this is the most important part. This is going to be for the spent compost, which I always want to keep hold of. It's perfect for using next year if you kind of mix it 50-50 with fresh compost for, big potted plants like my chilies. I do need I quite like a big bin for the spent compost, and then after the second year it kind of goes on the beds or something like that, but must keep hold of that. Let's get harvesting. Harvest actually pretty pants. What I find a lot of the time with this real late season stuff is you just get a lot of mold, a lot of really damaged kind of gross peppers, and you have to, it puts you off the good ones a little bit, when half the ones you're going through have got like insect damage or they're going black with mold. So I've been extra careful about the ones I pick, and there's just a little selection of kind of assorted peppers. The one that I'm most excited about, the one single Kang Star Lemon Starburst that I managed to grow. Looks really cool, nice phenotype, but unfortunately a bit of a runt of a plant, so I'm going to save the seeds from this one. And it looks like maybe a little unripe, but the plant itself has for some reason fared catastrophically all of the kind of main veins in the leaf, let's find an example. Like this one, went bad, you know, and then the plant started to die and did not look good. So hopefully we'll give this a go next year and have better luck. Parents are done, they're off, they've put in their shift. Give us a wave. They're going to come up tomorrow and carry on doing a little bit while I'm not here, which is really kind, really nice. I think that was quite hard work actually, planting those bulbs. I've got a nice little bulb planter, but where we're on such heavy clay, I think it can be just a bit of a struggle with the heavy kind of clay soil. So harvest, not amazing, not terrible, but this is the fun bit. This is the bit where I really enjoy carving everything up and ripping everything out, basically. There's just a deep joy, a deep satisfaction, even with plants like this I love. And I've been thinking a little bit about, you know, the future of this greenhouse, and I've been saying that I kind of want to rebuild it, sort out, you know, look at this hodgepodge of kind of tiles. I've got tiles and weed matting. And the idea is it's meant to be super low maintenance, but it's not. There's something about this that is actually more high maintenance than the soil that I've got in the one next door. Especially when you've got all this organic matter that I'm now going to have to go in and like sweep up. We've got all the weeds that sort of come in at the corners, you know, there's bindweed over there. And because it's set up like this, I just find it a little bit harder to deal with. But I'm not too sure. You know, it is nice having this is the main kind of potting greenhouse. So I'll figure something out with this. I've got to rebuild the whole thing because of the timbers, which I've showed you before. But if you don't know, this is a really good example of what not to do when building a greenhouse, because this is just on timber sleepers which are on the ground, and everyone says, oh JB, don't worry, they've got years left in them, even when I show them the rot. And look at this. Oh god. I wasn't expecting it to go there. Put it back. I wasn't expecting it to go that much, but yeah, this one timber in particular is really quite shot. So what I really need to do is rebuild this timber base, get 4 brand new sleepers, start from scratch and do it like I've done here. Bricks so that the water can drain away and so the timber can dry out, because I think that is rock solid. I'm really happy with that. And I need to get it so the greenhouse lip actually overlaps the timber as well then. So as for the future, I am still thinking I might try and do that this year, but we'll see. Time will tell. For now, let's get these. These days, I tell myself I'm much better at gauging exactly how long these kind of jobs take. And it's been quite a while since one caught me out like this, taking a long time. It was a bit like it yesterday though, the work in the tunnel. The camera battery died, so I only had like a few seconds of footage. But sorting out that little bed in the tunnel took like an hour and a half. It was so stupid. And this one has been hours and hours. There's been like a lot of pepper fumes as well. If I sound a bit gross, it's because I've been like coughing and spluttering and doing as much work outside as I can. But although it's taken ages, it's not one of those where it feels like you've been working for hours and achieved nothing, because I feel like I've made amazing, I can't talk. Oh, excuse me. It's one where I've been working for hours, but I feel like I've done loads. The greenhouse is looking clear and empty. I've still got a couple of peppers in the tunnel to do actually. I've only just remembered, but amazingly, this is all of my pepper plants. When you chop stuff up, it's quite heavy. It takes up so much less room, so mix this in with a little bit of cardboard, get it in the hot compost. Feeling exhausted. Wow. Oh yeah, it's still warm in here. Definitely warm. I have brought up a load more cardboard chippings today. It still looks quite wet in here, but I'm going to be doing this a bit more kind of layered now, I guess. And oh yeah, I had loads of comments from people asking about the cardboard shredder, and some were amazed that I found it for 40 quid. It was £47 and it's the paper shredder, but it's a big paper shredder. not technically rated for cardboard, but lots of the reviews said that it did cardboard just fine. So I'll put a link in the comment, but with the caveat that it's not really meant for cardboard, and you can't do the, you know, proper thick electric bike cardboard. Well, that's a bit much. And you have to be very mindful of the fact that a lot of shredders, especially little home ones, aren't designed to be on for like a half an hour, you know, going. So it's better to do little on often, and, you know, a few sheets and then give it a break. It can do it, but it does take a, you know, just be mindful. But yes, it is amazing the way that it chops everything up so small. It's like a cross shredder. But today I've been the cross shredder for the peppers. Go on. I hope you can see that. I want to give this a good mix, but I'm going to get my gloves back on because there's a lot of hot peppers in here. Oh, this just looks so good. And where it's been properly chopped up, well, there's a few slightly bigger bits, but 90% of this has been chopped up so small. I think that's going to go up just really, really nice. It's like 3:30. I came down at 10 today. I can't believe it. My mate Elmo has just shouted over from the other plots, JB, have you got anything to burn? Which is very good timing because I was just talking about all that plum and apple pruning. So I might go and give him some of that. But I can't wait to see this come up in spring. Hopefully a few of them survive. It's kind of the last ditch, you know, leftovers. Should have been planted a little while ago, just the leftovers that Jess didn't want. But battery's dying. I'm about to run out of battery. I've run out of battery myself as well. So I'm going to say thank you ever so much for watching. An extra special thank you to all of my Chilli Pepper Tier patrons: Tony, Bill, Pam, Louise, Mel, Michael, Denise, Socks in the Garden, and Andrew. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next one.